Hi, a very warm welcome to Dusty Shelf. I hope I find you well. Today this is another loco from my grandfather's collection. So this is a Wrenn loco. You can see here the CR livery. So CR lined blue, running number 2085. Now I saw somebody running this same livery at one of the exhibitions. I think it was the same layout that was at Bluebell definitely, and also at one of the transport museums, and they were running an N gauge with this livery, which caught my eye. And I said at the time, I've got this this loco that from my grandfather, and I was going to do a video on it. So the castings to this model is a die-cast body, die-cast chassis. They're from a 1967 Hornby 004MT, and this one, as I say, is W2246 Wrenn Caledonian Railways 264 tank engine, running again, I repeat myself, running the livery in blue lined with 2085 numbering. Now, by all accounts, this is quite a rare model and is yeah, looked out for by collectors. So yeah, quite pleased to have this one, and this is in beautiful condition. There's not a blemish on it. I mean, it's been wonderfully looked after. Just the only issue being really is it's not boxed, which is a shame. But it's in, yeah, as I say, in lovely condition, but not a very good runner. So I'll take this over to the track in a minute and show you how it's running. So my plan with this, I mean, it looks brand new. If you see the wheels on here, there's not a mark on it. I don't think it's ever turned a wheel. I'll show you how it's running, then we can do a very, very light, gentle service on it. And then I thought I just might say a few words about the 4MT standard loco, and run this back and forward down the test track. So, right, well, here we go on the test track, and I'll just put some power on. And that's just to show you. I'll come back this way. Now, I've got my controller here set to full power, low impedance, and you can see when I turn it right the way around, that's the kind of movement I'm getting. So it is, I mean, it is a runner. It certainly runs better in reverse, that's for sure. But it just seems a little bit lethargic. So, as I say, just a very light service, I think, to try and get this pulling a little bit better, certainly in the forward direction. You know, so if I let's put the controller onto half power. So that's on half power, and I've fully wound the dial round, and you can see we got nothing there, just a little bit of movement. And back the other way, yeah, even worse. So that will be the measure if I run the controller at half power after I've serviced it, just to see if it runs any better than it's doing so at the moment. Right, let's take the body off. What have we got here? There's a fixing right at the front, I think. Yep. This looks brand new. Well, to be fair, that couldn't be much cleaner inside if we tried. I might actually just leave it as is and just remagnetise the magnet. I'm going to try and do a little bit of a clean. Let's grab one of these. These are just cotton buds, and I'm going to use this electrical cleaner that somebody recommended to me a while back. I'll just spray it off camera just for a second, and I don't wreck my board. And yeah, I'm just going to clean the armature just a little bit. There's some muck coming off of it, so as I say, I don't want to disturb anything. I don't think I need to. Just take a little bit of the muck off the armature. I don't know, there's a little bit in there. Right, let's get it apart. It's probably worth doing properly. I was going to try not to disturb anything and just literally take it apart and try and clean it from outside, but I think it's probably worth doing properly. Right, there's one spring. Let's slide this one out. Remove the other spring. Okay. Just slide the brushes back. There should be a little ball bearing in there. Yep, it's stayed in, that's good. Okay, let's get this armature out. May go and drop that in the sonic cleaner, and the rest of it looks absolutely brand new. The wheels just don't look like they've turned at all. So yeah, let's go and put this in the sonic cleaner, see how that comes up. Right, just push the brushes through. Okay. Right, let's get those a wipe over. I don't need to disturb too much of this, I don't think. Right, pop the armature back in. Just get it lined up properly. It's definitely got the bearings still in, that's good. Well, I'm not happy because my son's borrowed my tools and not put them back, so I'm now resorting to tools that I shouldn't be. I'd like to have done this up with a spanner, but yeah, as I say, he's not put them away. Right, that's nice and tight. Okay, so it feels nice and free moving. I'll give it all a little bit of an oil. I'll just clean off the magnets. Actually, I'm going to put the brushes back in first. Right, now using Royal Dodds machine. So this is designed to put some life back into the magnets of these older trains. I've demonstrated this many times on the channel. So we find out which way is north. The machine has north marked on it, and somebody corrected me last time. Best to always do this when the magnet is mounted in the loco chassis. I think last time I did it outside, so I'm going to do it this way this time. You push the two bits of metal through these magnetic coils up against the magnet. You push the button and it remagnetizes it. But as always, I'm not going to do this on camera because you know, basically it creates a massive magnetic field, and certainly don't want to damage my camera. So I'll be back in a moment after I've pushed the button and put some energy back into this magnet. Right, so I've pushed the button, and yeah, polarity's good, and these are well stuck to the magnet, which is a good sign. Pop that to one side. Let's put this back through, and we're going to give it a run, see what it's see if it's improved at all before we put the body back on. Okay, so HM controller still set to half, and I'm just going to now apply the power. And that machine that Rare Dodd invented certainly makes a difference to these old engines. They do come up for sale every now and again, and occasionally does make a new batch of them, so if you can get one, they're well worth it. Quite expensive, but if you are doing any sort of restoration on these old Wrenn or 00 engines, they really do make a difference. It really does make a difference. So yeah, that's a beautiful runner. Right, let me go and get the body back on. Right, just pop the body back on. Nice, easy, just like I say, gentle service on there. Didn't need a lot. And yeah, it's a beautiful runner, beautiful engine actually. Yeah, very lucky to have this one. I know fictitious liveries aren't everybody's cup of tea, and there are some out there that don't agree with it, but I like the unusual one, and I certainly like locos that stand out on the layout, and yeah, this one's one of those latter ones that just will stand out as it's going round on the layout. Right, well there you go. The 4MT standard class 4 tank engine is a Riddle's design for British Railways, built during the 1950s. They were primarily used on commuter and outer suburban services, and they became particularly associated with the London, Tilbury and Southend line, working commuter services out of London until 1962, when the line was electrified. 155 locos were built, 130 of them at Brighton and the rest at the Doncaster Works between 1951 and 1956. The first to emerge was 80010 from Brighton in 1951. There were a further 15 beyond the 155 that were scheduled to be built, but that was cancelled due to the impending dieselisation. The locos were withdrawn in 1962 to 1967. 15 of the locos have been preserved, but unfortunately the remainder was scrapped. And just to reiterate again, this Wrenn loco with this Caledonian Railroad CR on the side of the lining, this is a completely fictitious livery. Well, I do appreciate that there are people out there that don't like these fictitious liveries, but for me, watching this going around on the layout, it looks very special. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful loco, beautiful livery with the coaches behind, absolutely fantastic, and yeah, really enjoyed running this. And above all, an absolutely beautiful runner. I mean, it's run around this layout, which the track on here is pretty poor. It's been going around for the last hour with no problems at all. Hasn't come off once, so absolutely fantastic. And with the weight, weighing about 1 kilogram. Actually, I didn't weigh it. I said I would, but so apologies. But it is around 1 kilogram. And yeah, with the extra magnetism just put back in the magnet, no problem pulling a full rake of 5 coaches. I'm sure it'd pull lots more, but didn't want to push my luck. So really enjoyed running it. Beautiful, beautiful loco. And as I say, another one from my granddad's collection, sort of put back on the rails, if you like. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up, and why not check out the channel. Many videos on there now, and if you can subscribe, you'd be doing me a really big favour. And with that, we'll leave this one there. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.